You are what you eat. Overlooking a nutritious breakfast can make anyone go insane. In this video, you'll learn why The Shining is really about healthy breakfast options. So let's go. The proof is in the pudding. Stanley Kubrick, master of hidden meaning. His enigmatic films have confused audiences since 1956, and his body of work is still being analyzed by people knowledgeable in film and by YouTubers. But in my view, there's only one theory worth chewing over. Breakfasts are important. This timeless truth has been portrayed in art since art began. And healthy breakfasts were on Kubrick's mind in 1980 when he made horror history. To start this analysis, we need to look at Kubrick himself. During production of The Shining, Kubrick was 5'6", weighing 168 pounds. With a BMI of 27, this was one overweight director.
Yummy, 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 yummy.
Born in New York City, but later on a UK citizen, Kubrick was a child of both American and British breakfast cuisine, neither of which are famous for being healthy. On the one hand, you have the fat and cholesterol-packed meal known as full English breakfast. Fried sausages, fried eggs, fried bacon, fried everything. On the other side of the Atlantic, Sugartown. Pancakes, waffles, muffins, orange juice, French toast, cereal. Now, Kubrick was aware of his bad breakfast habits. He felt shame, but also an urge to self-improve. These conflicting forces of healthy and unhealthy, good and evil, were all poured into The Shining. The film is packed with culinary ambivalence and breakfast symbolism. Let's break it down. 4 minutes and 10 seconds into The Shining, we get our first hint. Danny's having breakfast, munching on a sandwich and washing it down with milk. We can't see what's between the slices, but the bread itself is white, fiberless and store-bought, likely with added sugar. Look closely and you'll see that Wendy's reading The Catcher in the Rye, a blatant reference to rye bread, which would be the healthier option. Later on, when driving to the Overlook Hotel, there's this exchange between Danny and Jack.
Dad?
Yes?
I'm hungry.
Well, you should have eaten your breakfast.
Now, this line isn't tied to the plot at all, and could certainly have been cut. Why would Kubrick keep it, unless he had a hidden agenda? These constant breakfast allusions continue as Halloran shows Wendy and Danny the hotel's massive kitchen area. Boxes of treetop apple juice are placed right in front of our eyes. Frosted Flakes are all over the place, and Halloran even mentions cereal in his inventory tirade.
Hot and cold cereals, Post Toasters, Corn Flakes, Sugar Puffs, Rice Krispies, oatmeal, wheat, thin and cream of wheat.
Crucial to note, the mascot of Frosted Flakes is Tony the Tiger. He is referenced throughout the movie through Danny's imaginary friend, Tony. And where does Tony live?
He's a little bit that lives in my mouth.
Oh, where does he go?
In my stomach.
Yes, the natural home for a breakfast cereal tiger. At first glance, Halloran represents the forces of good in The Shining, like when he talks about how good eating habits will reward the eater.
Dried raisins and dried prunes. You know, Mrs. Torrance, you gotta keep regular if you want to be happy.
But there is duality in Halloran too. After all, he telepathically offers Danny an unhealthy treat as well.
How'd you like some ice cream, Doc?
Now we get to what I believe is the key scene for the breakfast theory. The breakfast in bed. The starting point of Jack's descent into madness. In this scene, Wendy is bringing Jack his morning meal. Eggs, bacon, white bread and orange juice.
Your breakfast is ready.
Now, eggs aren't bad. They contain protein, vitamin D and other nutrients. But there are no vegetables or slow carbs in sight. Wendy means well, but she is an enabler. She denies Jack the healthy breakfast he needs to stay sane. Let's take a closer look at Wendy Torrance. The name, that is. Rearrange the letters and you get deny, water and corn, which is exactly what Wendy does. She denies Jack healthy breakfast components such as water and corn. This anagram is hardly a coincidence. There's an interesting double meaning to the dialogue here too. Pay attention to Jack's reply after Wendy shares her feelings for the Overlook Hotel.
It's really nice up here, isn't it?
I love it. I really do.
When Jack says, "I love it, I really do," he's referring to his breakfast, not the hotel. Notice how intensely Jack is dipping his bacon in the eggs during this dialogue. This is a purposeful directing choice by Kubrick, made to draw attention to the questionable breakfast without explicitly mentioning it. I want to discuss bacon for a moment. Tasty, yes, but diabolically high on salt and saturated fats. All bacon and no side salad makes weight gain and heart disease a true risk. But there's more to it. Your sanity is at stake too. In 2018, a study was published in the journal Molecular Psychiatry. This study examined the diets of individuals with various psychiatric disorders. They found that a history of eating bacon was strongly associated with having mania. Though Kubrick died 19 years before this research was published, it could have inspired him. This bacon-fueled insanity crescendos when the axe-wielding Jack is chasing his family. As Jack recites a famous fable, his insatiable hunger for pig meat is evident.
Little pigs, let me come in.
As if this porky proof wasn't enough, let's look at some more clever wordplay by Kubrick. Out of all distributors, why did he partner up with Warner Brothers for The Shining? It's simple. Shuffle the letters of Warner Brothers Pictures and you get this. Bacon spurs rewriter. Jack Torrance is of course the rewriter here. That's made clear by his insane repetitive typing. Bacon has spurred him to become that rewriting mental case. Bacon spurs rewriter. Let's move on to The Shining's most iconic visual metaphor, the elevator scene. Many breakfast interpretations of this imagery have already been made. The most popular one interprets the strange red liquid as a bloody anal discharge caused by bad breakfast habits. But there's a better theory. This is a tsunami of tomato juice. Remember, this vision is seen by Danny and Wendy, but never Jack. Therefore, the juice symbolizes a wish of a diet that could have been. If he would have started his days with this beverage full of vitamin C, potassium and antioxidants, things may have turned out different for Jack Torrance. Speaking of Jack Torrance, an anagram of his name is Carrot Cake NJ. Now, carrot cake obviously refers to a poor breakfast option, and NJ, New Jersey, is the home state of Jack Nicholson. Once the truth stares you right in the eye, it's hard to look away. And there you have it. This overwhelming amount of evidence makes me certain that the riddle of The Shining has been solved for good. If you have more clues to the breakfast theory, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Drop me a like if you enjoyed this video feast and subscribe if you're hungry for more.